if you own the FESTOOL domino downer, you need to watch this video, because it's going to save you a fortune, and it is. Oh, I bet you're excited now, ain't you? Considering you just made a massive investment in your FESTOOL domino downer. Yes, they are quite pricey, but so are the little dominoes, the little joiners that you have to buy if you've got one of these. But you don't need to, no. Anyway, before I continue, please put your like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. Now, here on Wally Bar, we've been using this machine for some time now, and I bought it for a specific job, and it is costly. But what makes it even more costly is the fact that if you do decide to use the FESTOOL joiners, they're really pricey. And more often than not, they're just made of beech. And beech rots, and it's short-grained, so it's not that strong. No, and I like to use the same material that I am actually making the product out of, the item out of. And this is pine. I generally put hardwood ones in for pine anyway. But oak, I use an oak domino. And I've been making my own oak dominoes just using a round-over bit. In some cases, a cove bit. But there's a big but there here, is that they get hydraulic, right? If you've got like your slots that you created, and this is quite a handy thing to do to make yourself up a little template like this. I've got the two sizes for this particular cutter, which is the 12mm in there at the moment. And yeah, these are the two sizes that you can make. You've got the slack one and you've got the tight one, the 25 and then 28mm. Now, if you are making your own using a round-over bit like that one, okay, the problem with it is it's a tight fit, okay? And when there's a tight fit, it hydraulics, so that'll squeeze all the glue out of its through the easiest route. And generally speaking, they'll all be at one place. So you end up with a dry spot. You've got to be really, really careful. But someone has come up with a router bit, or actually sets of router bits that, well, it just makes like dominoes, like you would buy, with the little grooves in. And it does. And I've got one of these cutters in here, and I'll demonstrate it in a minute. But it produces these rather neat little grooves in your wood, right? And they're effectively your glue grooves. And what happens is the glue can go all the way up the side of your piece of wood. It works really well. And I've got one in there. Shall I show you? I think I should. I'm sitting down using a router table. I don't normally do that, right? I have made this little fence arrangement here, and I would probably make an external fence here fixed and a top one as well to hold it against the cutter. But for the purpose of this video, I haven't done that. So let's do the other end of this piece, I suppose. And this is just an offcut from a piece of oak. Because when I cut the weighing edge on a piece of oak, I end up with all these weird shape pieces of wood. So then I just rip them down into, for joiners. So, wish me luck. Now, when you do come to use it, things you've got to watch out for. You don't want to lift it off, okay? Don't do that, all right? What you want to do is pull it away from the fence, all right? Let's do another one. I'm not sure if you actually can see that properly because I'm handed away. So let's do it again. See what I just done there? I just grabbed on the cutter. It's nothing to do with the cutter itself. It's my own stupid practice. And also, I need to make up this fence arrangement, which could also be double up as a guard, so there's no risk of touching the cutter. But for the purpose of the video, so I can get a video up nice and quickly, I haven't done that yet. And I'm going to make one of these for each size that I use. One of these fancy kind of, I don't know, things, jigs. This could have been a little bit longer, really. I generally don't have it too long because if your offcut's got a slight bend in them, you end up pulling away from the cutter. Right? And often you only want short bits anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's got a bit of a bend, so I'm not too fussy with that. But as you can see, look, you can see it creates these lovely little grooves in there, which makes it more suitable for use with the domino. And these cutters, right, come from Find by Tool, and they sent me these. So it is technically a sponsored video, but no money exchange hands. They just sent them over to me to use. And you can get these for the DF500 and the DF700. Now there's a set of 3, although they sent me 4, ranging from the D14, that's the biggest one, for the FESTOOL Domino DF700, down to the 8mm, which is that one. That's the smallest you can make with the FESTOOL Domino dialer. But the set I saw online said it's 3 pieces, 3 cutters. But the DF500 is 4 cutters. Now, for the set of 3 cuts for the DF500, it's currently at €65. But there's a discount at the moment. There's a code. All right, I'll leave a link down below for that. But there's a code there, so you can get an extra 15% off. And the quality of them, let me show you this big one. They're actually very good. It's got very good carbide on them. And it's Find by Tool. And they do have a website. If you want to have a look, I'll leave the links down below. It doesn't actually say the grade of the carbide, but it appears to be very good and extremely sharp. They are very, very sharp, I have to admit. For rotor bits, that's actually quite unusual. But yes, they are very sharp. So you can see the design of them. Very simple. These are the 1/2 inch. They come in 1/2 inch, 12mm, and 8mm shanks on the for the DF700. They come in these neat little, typical kind of boxes for your rotor cutters. And this came in the set, and like I say, they send it to me, so it is technically a sponsored video. But crikey, I'm very grateful because it is something I'm using on a regular basis. And I'll make some more videos using this machine, using those cutters to make the actual dominoes themselves. You see, this makes a lot of sense, okay? Because currently it's very, very tricky to make dominoes for the FESTOOL domino. You end up with, like I said, you end up with these smooth ones if you use an ordinary rotor bits, and then you get all the hydraulicing problems. You won't get hydraulicing with this because it obviously can, it's not going to be like a sealed, The other nice thing about making them yourself is, say for instance you want the wider dominoes, it's by utilising your little switch here. There you go, little switch on the top there. So you've got wide and narrow. Now, I tend to use narrow most of the time, which is 25mm with that particular cutter. But then you can knock it up to 28. Now, the reason for that is for having the opposite being slightly bigger helps with alignment. Now, if we look at what I've created here, using those cutters, okay, it's worked out pretty well anyway, to be fair. It's, tight. Yeah, there you go, see? And that is using obviously that's just not, I need to clamp it up, Eddie. There you go. It does go up, because I had it in the vice a minute ago. So that's basically it. You see, you can create that. You can round the ends off like I did there, so it makes it easier for them to slot together. But these are tight. These aren't, we don't have one loose one, or one loose mortise on one side. I don't do that. Right? Relying on the glue, I don't like that. I want them all to be tight, you see. I do like it tight, that I do. Yeah? It seems to make a darn sight more sense. Anyway, they are the cutters. I'll leave the links down below in the description. Definitely worth, you don't have to, I don't know if you can buy them singly. I do not know. I've just noticed that they're in the set. Which, quite frankly, 65 quid for 3 or 4 of these cutters. This actually is not a bad price, is it? It really isn't. Anyway, it's Find by Tool. And I will leave links down below. That I will. Anyway, thanks for joining us here on Wallybra and my FESTOOL Domino dialer and these new cutters. Now, don't try and use a handheld if you get yourself some set. Make yourself up some form of table and jig like this one, preferably with a fence and guard, just by fixing extra bits of wood on to hold it to the cutter and also hold it down. So you're not going to have a situation when you start, like I did earlier, and caught on the end. And you won't lift up and then crack chunk out the side and stuff like that, because obviously potentially dangerous. I've made this one about, I suppose that's about 5 inches long, about 125mm. I think it could probably been a little bit longer, so you don't end up rocking off the end so much. Maybe twice that length, And this one I just made a couple of bits of OSB board, well, a piece of OSB board, and this is laminate flooring. It's the plastic laminate flooring, doesn't really matter which one it is. So I'll use this again and again and again. That's what we'll do with that. But I will make that guard. You know, don't have to be the full length, just be over the actual cutter itself. Makes it a bit safer, but also will push it and hold it against the cutter. It just makes a lot more sense to me. But yeah, not a bad buy really, I don't think. And I'd like to say thank you to Find Buy Tool for reaching out and sending it to us. Like I say, I'll leave the links down below. Toodaloo! Hopefully people like, by the way, subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, and you get a Wolf Buzz in your pocket every time I upload another video. There we go. Toodaloo.